Alright guys, so I am just gonna do a one last revisit for the clan battle. This is the last day actually, and I'm like I kind of spent a little bit too much time on the Quibbly, so I wanted to make another video for Quibbly and then potentially another one tomorrow. Probably just gonna be like a comparison, comparing Quibbly to Hakashiki, because obviously that is something that I think people would be interested into. But I have not really thought of a better way of showcasing that up yet, so that's why I do want to save that one just a little bit longer, at least tomorrow, so I can kind of formulate how I want to showcase that up. But in terms of clan battle, we are in last day, so let's kind of see so far what are the results. So for the clan, we are ranked 6 so far, so that's actually pretty nice. Yeah, that's not bad. And then for the overall score wise, I think we should be able to snatch the rank 1 to 30 reward without any problem, so that's pretty good. But my main thing that I want to showcase up in this video is my last attempt. What is my current best setup, best team to run this, because my personal score is actually a whopping 17k. All right, it's even better than my individual one. That's surprising, I guess, in a way. So we'll definitely dive deep into that. So as far as how they calculate the individual scoring, is gonna take 3 attempts. So your 3 highest attempts is gonna get combined, and then they're gonna do the placement in there. So rank 66 on the last day is definitely not something I would say is a secure at the moment, because there's definitely ways for players to continue to rack up higher and higher total score. But I think I should be fine even if I don't place into the top 100. That's totally fine. You know, that's why I'm making this video, so I can show you guys what my kind of best setup is. So I think we might go to a few variant, because honestly I could sit here and run through this 100 times and I would get a different score every time, because how the enemy behaves, how our unit behaves is totally unpredictable in a way. So that's why we have to run this over and over again. So if you guys don't like the hassle, for example, you guys obviously don't have to do that. It's totally more like a voluntary thing to do. But if you guys are definitely trying to chase into like the top 300, top 100, whatever, safe to say you probably have to spend some time into developing what will be the best possible formation for your teammates, because honestly how you place the team actually does make a difference in a way. So I think originally this is not even the team that I was showcasing off, because I think we had Hakashiki out and then we were doing this, but I found out this team was actually not good enough. So let me show you guys this improved version first, and then we'll go through one more just for a different testing. So right now we have Zeta. So Zeta is still not bad, right? Depending on how you play Zeta, actually could make a big difference, right? And then Hakashiki, we have this. I don't really have any other investment, no unit enhancement, so pretty bare stock. EX skill level 1, so we only dashing out 271 to all the targets, so actually not that great. Sasabi is actually going to be our main DPS in the setup, even though this is only to sting the target, because of this portion of the EX or the trait. Where is it at? Should be somewhere right here on the transcendent skill. On evasion, we recover EX skill gauge by 6%, so that is the saving grace, or what made this unit exceptionally well in this event. And then I did actually get Kshatriya to P5 now, because of the new month we were able to buy some new fragments, so got this unit max out, so that's going to be contributing, you know, decently to the increased damage right there. And then surprisingly, the O is not going to be our top damage dealer, unfortunately, you know, because of how we are setting us up. Is actually better, but as far as the O is not going to be good anymore. So in terms of Quibbly, this is what we have. You guys seen this already, so not really the best, but still going to be contributing quite a lot. So let's kind of hop in, and then I'll kind of show you guys what kind of formation we're setting, or what I have been setting. So I think previously I was saying that you can put everyone on the right hand side, so you guys can, you know, continuously target the minions, right? But I found that this setup, from looking at my clanmate and then kind of developing my own. But definitely do shout out to my clanmate because he gave me the inspiration to kind of do this build. So this is more of I took the inspiration and then tried out on myself, because you have to have Sasabi right here. Because if you have 5 enemy attacking Sasabi, is always going to be dodging. So at that point in time, you guys can, or at least Sasabi itself can take advantage of that and just constantly pump out EXQ. So that's the best thing possible. I put the ult on the other side so it can aggro the X1, but I find it not to be of any use in a way, or at least for the ult it just doesn't do good enough damage. And then we have Hakashiki right down here. I find this setup to work exceptionally well. So let me show you guys, I guess, Sasabi. So look at that. So if you guys do look at Sasabi EX2 gauge, you guys can see that it is constantly getting filled up. So that's good. And even Seda hyper focusing on X1 was actually a great thing, because we were able to just minimize what kind of errors that's needed. So we easily beat what we originally did for our video. Oh wow. Well, and we just kind of set another top 3 score. We hit, what was it, 17.3k? Did I say that correctly? Sometimes it's good, but sometimes isn't all that great. So it kind of depends on how many times you want to play this to get a different result. But I think this is actually our first time scoring this high with this setup specifically, and then I'll probably run this one more time before I show you guys the other setup, so I can kind of validate, alright, this is kind of accurate in a way. So we got, oh wow, surprise surprise, this one is actually Quibbly took the lead right here. Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good. So this is an indication where sometimes the RNG works in your favor, where I think we probably proctored a few more EXQ from Quibbly, so that's why we amounted to this amount. So that's actually pretty good. Okay, I'll take that. Alright, so we're just gonna keep it the same formation, but something that actually shocked me was the fact that Hakashiki actually did a lot of EXQ damage to this, despite the fact that its EXQ is only at EXQ level 1. So I mean, like, in terms of Quibbly and Hakashiki, they are very similar in terms of how they are able to recover the EXQ. I think both of them actually just have an EXQ recovery up besides the initial restore. Hakashiki is up to 50% while Quibbly is only at 33%. So I don't know if that is the difference that made it where Hakashiki is slightly better in that regards, but I mean, overall I do feel like Hakashiki is able to activate EXQ more constantly than what Quibbly could do. And even on some solo testing, like on mock battle for example, that seems to be a case. So it's definitely quite shocking. So this one we only landed a 16.6k, because like I said again, damage fluctuation, it happens all the time, so it is really hard for us to always get the right amount. But I think this one is the same, so I definitely don't know what went wrong actually. So definitely another mystery right there. Alright, so I think the biggest shocker to many people is actually dropping the O, because you guys can see that the O was not really performing that good when we placed the O, just hyper focusing on X1. But if we put the O on the right hand side, it obviously performs way better than expected. But what about 4 Arbor Unicorn? Is that unit still relevant in this clan battle? Well, it actually is. I actually did try out this team just momentarily, obviously before recording this, and surprisingly enough, it actually performed decent. Alright, like, it's not even a joke. I was even shocked myself. Like, this unit is able to, I wouldn't say pull aggro specifically, but I would say it took enough damage where we were able to build up not a bad amount of damage output. But I mean, like, once you hit the record button, obviously it does not want to function all that well, or at least in this run. But we only landed a 14.4k, but believe me when I said that this team actually got me to 17.5k. Alright, like, I got a screenshot for you guys, so I'm not even trying to lie, but we we did actually got one of the higher scores. So that's why I will gladly run it one more time. So we don't want to, we definitely don't want to underplay this team, because this team was good. All right, so let's gonna see what's going on. I would definitely say the biggest drawback on this specific setup was the fact that Hakashiki, or not Hakashiki, excuse me, Zeta, or not Zeta, Sasabi actually did 1.3 mil less than what I originally did for this team. So let's actually run it back. Alright, so running it back once more time. So let's I just want to make sure that we do have everyone targeting where they are intended to be, because sometimes you have your unit kind of targeting somebody else that you don't intentionally want to, and sometimes that's all it takes to mess up your run. But let's just kind of see, because there's no doubt in my mind that this team actually is functional. I would definitely say it's just a matter of fact how the RNG kind of plays out, because sometimes you just don't have the unit targeting the unit as intended to be, like Sasabi. I feel like this one isn't performing as good as what I have previously done, because like normally Sasabi would have been just popping EXP left and right, but I think this time around we actually is suffering just a little bit. Alright, so I think we were able to break the 15k mark, so I think we almost hit 16k. So that's why this team is definitely a more like a high risk, high reward team, because it's not going to be at one try. You will definitely have to run it multiple times to get the right scoring. So that's kind of what I can say about this team. This team is good, alright, don't get me wrong, but there's definitely a lot of things that has to go right. Everything has to align, especially for Full Armor Unicorn and then Sasabi. They have to get constantly targeted so they can, for Sasabi, dodge, and then for Full Armor Unicorn to take the hit. So there's no room for Full Armor Unicorn to dodge, because if you dodge, you are losing one stack of the damage gains, which is obviously not that good. But I think other than that, I think this is where I am gonna leave you guys at, because that this right there was my more coveted team that I have used. I don't think there, yeah, was this the one that we broke actually? No, I don't think this one was, but yeah, these two teams has been working splendidly, because up until today I was actually just over the 130 place, and then after changing a few things, trying things out, I think I raised my overall score up by at least a good 4,000. So that definitely allows us to push further into the top 100. But it just, for me, I'm not really sure how long I can actually last, because we do have like another day. It's actually more like a 2 days mark, because for on a system is counting down towards the last day. But I think technically speaking, we happen to Tuesday reset actually, so it's definitely going to take a little bit more, but I think that is definitely going to be pretty much it. So hopefully you guys are able to get into some higher placement for yourself as well, for your individual and then for your clan, so you guys can secure all the big reward as much as possible. But I'll be catching you guys on the next one.